Hi there, Gemini. This is Erica from Lotus Connection, and welcome to your reconciliation with the X spread for the month of September 2019. I'm going to go ahead and get started with your reading. This is a generalized reading, so it may or may not resonate with each and every single one of you. They can be rather specific, so always check your other signs, your moon, your rising, or your Venus signs for a bigger picture, or maybe those messages may resonate a little bit better. Energies can be vice versa. Okay, so take it for how it resonates. There will also be an extended version available for purchase or for rent. And we'll be clarifying the reading along with pulling additional cards for different questions to get more of an in-depth look at your situation. And we'll also be pulling some oracle cards in the extended version as well that I'm guided towards. So again, this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, reconciliation with the X for the month of September 2019. I'm just going to continue to keep shuffling for a few more times, and then we'll get ready to get into the reading. One more time. Okay. Where's Gemini's current energy space at this time frame? The energy space for Gemini, we have the Tower reversed. What is the current energy space for Gemini's X? We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. How does Gemini's X feel about them? We have the Six of Pentacles. How does Gemini feel about their X? We have the Seven of Pentacles followed by the Empress. What are the issues keeping Gemini apart from their X? We have the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so taking a look here, you have the Tower card in the reverse position in regards to your current energy space. Now, this can be your energy space regarding the relationship or just in general. It's just where your energy is at this point in time. And when it's reversed, it's about you realizing at this point that you don't need any further added stress. It's time for you to want to build a new foundation for your life. And I feel like you're kind of at the stage where it's just like anything from the past or any situations that are coming towards you right now that's deemed stressful or can potentially cause stress, you're kind of just like not wanting to participate in the drama of it all, because you're realizing like, hey, I want this new, deep, meaningful life. And I think this comes from a time where you've learned these really deep, meaningful lessons already coming through this turmoil. So whatever happened, you know, you've recently gone through a huge transformation and your priorities have become very crystal clear. Everything has kind of, you know, you've just gone through a lot. And I have to say, energetically for Geminis for the year 2019, it has been very difficult. I myself am a Gemini sun sign, so I know I've been dealing with a lot, which has kept me kind of away from my channel, away from what I was called to do, because I had to handle some other personalized business, you know. And I'm at a new stage in my life, and I feel that a lot of Geminis are coming into this where it's like, I no longer want to deal with the bullshit. I no longer want the drama. I've learned a lot of hard lessons and I am ready for transformation, for newness. And I'm ready to put in the work. My priorities are crystal clear. And I feel like because of all this turmoil that you've gone through, and like the phoenix, you've risen from the ashes, or you're beginning to rise from the ashes, you're realizing that you now can work on your own power, your own strength. You can come on top of this turbulence with pure intent, with knowing what is true to your heart. It's like liberation. It's this new beginning. It's abandoning the old for new. It's transformation. And it's not saying that maybe you won't allow the past to come in, but you don't want past bullshit. It's like, no, if you're going to come back with that drama, I don't have time for it. I'm going to shut it down and not allowing it. But if you see true transformation within the other individual, you may want to bring it in. For each and every single one of you, it's going to be different. But right now, you realize, I don't have time for bullshit right now. I really don't. Okay? Sorry, I'm just moving my table over a little bit. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse position for how your ex and their current energy space. And with the Tower, with the Wheel being in the reverse position, it's like this person, I feel, is like stuck in a rut. It feels like, you know, feeling very helpless in their situation. And I think it has to do with the choices that they've made. Now, it could have been choices that they've made in the relationship with you, whereby they may have ended a situation versus looking at the relationship and seeing, okay, how did we get here? What was my role? I feel like this person just didn't want to take responsibility and wanted to take the easy way out, wanting to see that if the grass was truly greener on the other side. Well, unfortunately, this person's realized that the grass has not been greener on the other side and truly was greener where it was watered. So they've been really going through some bad luck. A lot of things had turned on them. Situations that they thought were in their best interest are no longer. And I think they're at a state of realizing that they made these choices that have contributed to where they are. And I think they're trying to regain some sort of control on their perspective. And I think they're trying to visualize what it is that they want, what it is that they need, and trying to take the necessary steps towards achieving what it is that they want. Because they truly have learned a lot of major life lessons, just as you have. So again, there's very similar mirroring energy here. So whoever you're dealing with potentially could be a twin flame dynamic, and that's not going to strike a chord with each and every single one of you, because the twin flame dynamic is a very small percentage. However, because of this mirroring duality here of transformation or attempting to transform, it's very possible you could be dealing with that dynamic. For others of you, this person is, you know, kind of growing up, and so are you. You're both doing growing up in just very different ways. I feel like, Gemini, you kind of were dealt some cards and you just tried to handle your shit as best as possible. And I feel like this person, you know, kind of wanted to take the easier way out and found that the way that they went was not the correct path. And now they're paying for it. It's kind of like there's some patterns that seem to be repeating in their life, and they're realizing, okay, well, how did we get here? And it's coming from me, so what about me? So they're doing some inner shadow work. And I feel like, Gemini, you've done a lot of shadow work. This situation there was a situation that has caused you, whether you've lost your job, whether there has been a death in the family and you are grieving. And if that's the case, I am very sorry that you're going through that. And I wish you all the love, luck, and healing in this world in regards to losing someone. It's very difficult, but it may have forced you to have to get to a certain place in your life. There could have been, this relationship could have taken a number on you for however long. It could have been years, it could have been weeks, it could have been months, but there's a huge transformation that you were forced to look at. And I feel like this person had sort of tried to avoid it as much as they could until it's just been bam, smack, right in their face, and they're kind of going through the thick of it and not really knowing how to move forward. But they're being forced because there's some lessons that they need to kind of learn right now, because it seems like something's repeating. It almost seems, and for whatever reason, I keep getting like the grass was greener it appears that the grass was greener on the other side. And so for many of you, this person, I feel like, had gone to a third party, and realized rather quickly that the third party was not all that it was cracked up to be, but yet there were things that they needed to learn. Definitely had to go through a karmic cycle there. Definitely, for sure. They've just recently ended a karmic cycle. How they feel about you, we have the Six of Pentacles here. So how they feel about you is they see you as somebody who's very generous, not only with just finances. I think it goes above that. I don't feel like this person's like superficial and saying like, oh yeah, you're financially abundant, that you're help supporting me. They see you as generous with your time, with your energy, with you wanting to give your all to them. And it coming from a place of actual kindness, and you're not really looking, it's genuine. You're not looking to be repaid. You're not looking for anything out of malice. You're not looking to, they just see you as a generous, kind, spirited person, somebody who has some stability. And as we clarify, we'll get more information, but I do see them as seeing you as somebody who's balanced, somebody who may have things already figured out, but definitely generous and kind and sincere is really what I'm getting here. In regards to how you feel about them, we have the Seven of Pentacles followed by the Empress. You love this person. This person for you is the end-all be-all. This person you feel is worth waiting for. You've already invested time and energy into the relationship, and you see potential for it to grow. And you're kind of being patient with it because this is somebody I feel like you've been attempting to manifest or wanting into your life. You really, really love them. This is somebody who you may have already children with. They could be the mother of your children or the father of your children. And this is somebody who you want to continue to have a relationship, have a life, have stability, abundance of all sorts, including having, children if you don't already, or having more. So, you want more with this person. Your heart truly does lie with them, and you sort of feel like, this person's worth waiting for, worth your time. In regards to, the issues in your relationship between the both of you, and kind of what's coming up is the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like with this Page of Pentacles, I just feel like somebody was a bit immature with how they offered their love. I feel like they were never, it was like slowly getting there. It was like this person talked about stability. This person, wanted to move forward, had this vision of what the future would be like. And it was positive, and it was, there was blessings there, but I feel like this person never got to the next stage, I feel like their ambition or what they wanted in the relationship was just too much for them to really provide. I feel like there was this idea of how we need to get there. And I feel like, one person was more mature than the other, and the other person's still catching up. My sense, Gemini, is that you were more at a mature place and wanting to settle down and wanting to have a relationship, whereas this person kind of was getting there, was working towards it, but just kind of was putting too much pressure on themselves. Like maybe you had talked about wanting to get married or having, a deeper level of commitment, And this person wanted it too, but for whatever reason became overwhelmed because maybe they had an idea or a thought of how it all should have gone. And if it didn't go according to that plan, it was like, it kind of like hindered their progress. You know, it kind of like turned them down from wanting to actually do those things. I feel like patience was also an issue here. I think, you know, maybe you may have been a little impatient. Maybe the way that the breakup occurred, maybe their you know, patience was sort of given up, and sort of like looking at the situation and just making really hasty and impulsive decisions versus like, okay, this happened, so how can we fix it? We both love each other, we both want to be with one another, but how can we fix whatever the issue was? And instead of coming at that angle and like really being patient with one another and maybe going through therapy or, you know, actually communicating effectively about the relationship, I feel like this person or you, or maybe it was a combination of both of you, made some pretty poor and hasty decisions that I feel like created really dramatic consequences for each of you. I feel like you guys were not open to the new opportunities within the relationship that has kind of created a bit of turmoil here. But again, I just feel like there was some sort of disappointment of not being able to get to the next stage. And so therefore, through that disappointment or through that inability to be the person that they were meant to be, whether it was you or them, I just feel like it became too much. It was just too much pressure, and this person couldn't live up to the expectations, and so therefore we run away. And again, it very well could be your ex, and it could have been a third party interference that had happened that created a dynamic. But either way, what I'm seeing is that you both are coming from very turbulent times, and I feel like you are more evolved in a sense that you've already worked on your shadow self, and now you're back to this rebuilding, and you're rebuilding on a solid, firm foundation, and you have no time for drama. And this person's coming from learning some major life lessons that's going to change the way that they are moving forward. You know, and relearning these life karmic cycles. You know, if they were with a previous person, that was a karmic cycle that has now ended. They are not going to go, I don't see them going back to that situation anymore. That has closed. They're learning, they're healing that. How they see you as a very generous and kind person, and you see them as somebody who's worth working through. And the issues were somebody wasn't ready yet to commit, it seems like. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to the extended version. We're going to look at the possibility of reconciliation between the two, your advice, what your ex would say if they could be open, honest, and communicate effectively to you. How will your ex move towards you for the month of September? We're also going to be looking at their motives, making sure that their intentions are pure. We want to also be looking at, is this situation even beneficial for you? And we're also going to look at the outcome of the connection for this month, for the month of September. And then we're going to clarify it all. So like I said, this is going to be a very intense reading. And then we're going to pull some oracle messages that I'm guided to do. So for those of you that this reading ends here, I wish you all the loves and luck and success in the world regarding this situation. And if not, I will see you on the other side. So thank you for all your love and support. I appreciate it, especially those of you who have stuck by my channel since day one. I know I haven't been consistent, but that's changing. New plan in place, new location, new recording equipment, so these readings should go a lot faster for me. And I'm recording a month ahead, so that's how that will work. I'll be working on the energies for a month ahead, so that way I could get all this stuff out and hopefully more readings than just reconciliation readings. So thank you. And for those of you who are new, welcome, and I hope that you stick with me. And again, thank you. Take care, guys.